Now 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and so on, and 2, 6, 18, 54, 162 and so on, 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 1 by 9, 1 by 12 and so on. Now 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Next 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4 and so on. Now if you observe these 5 sequences, now what is happening here? There is 2 to 5. So here 3 increase, here 3 increase, here 3 increase. So this sequence is progressing according to a definite rule. Now here 2 into 3, 6. 6 into 3, 18. 18 into 3, 54. 54 into 3, 162 and so. Here even in this sequence also it is progressing in a definite manner. Now even here if you observe that the denominators are increasing. Here progress, which means it may increase or it may decrease. So but here the increase or decrease, it is following according to a definite rule. Now even here if you observe here it is increasing 1, but here now nothing increase. Again increased by 1, nothing is increased. Again nothing increased. So in this way, so here the progress is not according to the rule, right? Even it's not progressing in a particular way. So even the progress is not defined here. What is that? Here 5 is increase, 4 decrease, 5 increase, 4 decrease. So though it is following a pattern, but it is not a single pattern. So the progress is not according to a definite rule. It is 2 rules are combined together here. So in these, the sequences in which which progresses according to a rule, or according to which the progress follows a pattern, is said to be progression. That is the sequence in which the progress of the sequence is a definite rule, or the progress of the sequence is according to a pattern, then we use it to call that sequence as a progression. Based on the criteria of the progress, so here if you observe that, what is the criteria in a progress? So it is increased by 3 every time. Here it is multiplied by 3 every time. Here the denominators are increased by 3 every time. Here there is no particular, so it is not a progression, it is just a sequence. Even it is just a sequence. Now based on the criteria of the progress, so here we can classify the progressions into some categories, and most of them are, first one is arithmetic progression, and second one is geometric progression, and third one is harmonic progression. And fourth one is arithmetico-geometric progression. Right? So that is, based on the criteria of the progress, we can classify the progress into some of the progressions. Among them, first one is arithmetic progression, next one is geometric progression, third one is harmonic progression, and fourth one is arithmetico-geometric progression. Dear students, let us observe some examples. Now, 2, 5, 8, 13, not 13, 11, 14 and so on. Now here, if you observe that, what is the difference between these two? 3. What is the difference between these two? 3. Difference between these two is 3. Difference between these two is 3. Now if you observe that, it is a progression in which the difference between two successive terms in order is always the same, or else this is the progression in which each term, that is to get the second term, we need to add 3 to the first term. To get the third term, we need to add 3 to the second term. To get the fourth term, we need to add 3 to the third term. Likewise, to get each term except the first term, we by adding a fixed number to its immediate preceding term, you are getting. So this is the progression in which all the terms except the first term is obtained by adding a fixed number to its immediate preceding term. Such progressions are said to be arithmetic progressions, or else the difference between two successive terms of any progression is always the same. Such progression is known as arithmetic progression. That is here, T2 minus T1, 3, T3 minus T2, 3, T4 minus T3, 3. Likewise, the difference between any two successive terms in order is always the same. Such progression is said to be arithmetic progression. What do you call it? Arithmetic progression. So here, what is arithmetic progression? The progression in which each term except the first one is obtained by adding a fixed number to its immediate preceding term is said to be arithmetic progression. Or else we can define arithmetic progression as, is another way, the progression in which the difference between two successive terms in order is always the same is known as arithmetic progression. Now here if you observe that T2 minus T1, what is that? 3. This is equal to T3 minus T2. This is equals to T4 minus T3 equals to. So these are always the same. Now such progression is said to be arithmetic progression. In some textbooks, even they, instead of terms in various position T1, T2, they may use A1, A2, A3 also. So A2 minus A1 is equals to A3 minus A2 is equals to A4 minus A3 equals to. Such the progression in which the difference between two successive terms is always the same, then the progression is said to be arithmetic progression. Right? Now coming to here, to get each term except the first term, we are adding a fixed number to its immediate preceding term. Now here, to get the second term, we are adding 3 to the first term. This, so the fixed number we are adding to get the next number is said to be the common difference. What do you call it? Common difference. Right? And usually it is denoted with D. Yeah. Let us consider one more arithmetic progression. 3, 7, 11, 15. What is the next number? It's very clear. See. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 4, 15. 15 plus 4, 19. And so on. Now here, this is the first term. This is the first term. And the common difference, what is common difference? Common difference D is the difference between any two successive terms, that is 7 minus 3, which is 4, or else instead of these two, even you can use 11 minus 7 also, same, that is D equals to T2 minus T1, or else T3 minus T2, or else, and so on. Any term, that is T10 minus T9 equals to, and so on. Now nth term minus its previous term Tn minus 1. So generally when see this, do remember this is another important one. Tn D, common difference D equals to Tn minus Tn minus 1. So do remember this.